Y'all, I just recorded this video for today without hitting record. It's one of those days, guys. Anyhow, happy Thursday. It's weigh-in day. So I'll try to put my weigh-in time at the bottom. I may not get to that, though. So if I don't, I'm sorry. I hope you liked my little intro here. So trip to Atlanta. Left early Monday morning. Drove to Atlanta. First place we went was a K-pop store. I got my Monsta X light stick. I got the new Wu Sung album called Wolf. I got a pair of BTS Sugi socks. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all I got at the K-pop store. And, they gave me a poster, too, of Monsta X. Sorry, I'm a little bit wheezy today. And then after we left there, we went to, I think it's called Kura Revolving Sushi. And I did not help my team very much. I had 3 plates of sushi. It was full. And when I say plates, the plates are about this big, like very small. And they usually have 1 or 2 pieces of sushi on them. I had a crab sushi, just like crab meat and rice. They were just like little circles. And then I had 2 that were like a rectangle of rice with like a shrimp laying on the top, a cooked shrimp. So I had those 2. And then I had 1 that had like avocado and stuff in it. It wasn't a California roll, but it was really good. And that's all I had, and then I was full. So everybody else was very happy to keep eating. But I was very full, so I didn't have more. At the end, I think we had about 30 plates because we got 2 gachapon balls. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the revolving sushi thing, like it comes around on a revolving thing. You can open it and take out a plate, or you can go up top and order your own. And then something just comes vroom on the sushi line and stops at your table. It's really cool. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so wheezy tonight. So that was really awesome. And then I was super excited about being there because I really wanted to try that. It was fun. And I recorded like some of the times when the sushi came. But that'll be on our other channel probably next week or so, a couple weeks. We're just starting to record some videos for that and get it all set up. So we have like maybe a month's worth of videos on it before we really get rolling. That'll kind of give us some time to schedule to be able to go and do other recordings for the channel. We're going to do like unboxings and different places to see in Southern Alabama or wherever we happen to travel. And just the fun stuff we do is kind of going to be on that channel. We've been making quite a few videos with my daughters here. But she'll be back in November, so hopefully we can get a few more things in before she leaves. And there'll be some without her, too. And then after we left the Japanese sushi place, we went to the hotel and checked in. Super sweet staff. We stay at the Hyatt Place in downtown Atlanta. It's on Peachtree Northeast. I think it's 330 Peachtree Northeast. So if you're ever going to Atlanta looking for a place to stay, they're very, very nice there. And I'm not sponsored. It's just where we stayed. And we never seem to stay at the same place twice, just because we go with whoever's best deal near where we're going. So it's kind of how it works out. So then we went to round 1 that night. I won 2 stuffed animals. My husband won 3 or 4. My daughter won a few. And then with my tickets, I got this sticker that says she can do it with Wonder Woman. And I also got a bracelet with like little Fimo dough type flowers on it. It was really cute. I wore that to the concert on Tuesday. And then went back to the hotel. We were there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. Not too long. And went to bed and went to sleep. Woke up at about 4 or 5 a.m. covered in hives. No idea what they're from. Don't know if it was something on the bed, something, I don't know. Just don't know. We also went to H Mart too before we went to the hotel. because it was right by the sushi place. So we got some like vegetables and fruits and stuff to snack on to put in the hotel. And the guys got some ramen to have for dinner when we went to the show. Woke up the next morning, had hives, took 2 Benadryl. Got up long enough to go downstairs and have breakfast. Now, for somebody who's trying to watch what she eats, Hyatt Place has the most amazing breakfast. I don't know if they're all like this, but this one was the bomb. They had cage-free eggs. I was able to get a hard-boiled egg and eat the white. My husband ate the yolk. And they had a sweet potato corn mash. I don't know why hash, not mash. Sweet potato corn hash, which had like chunks of sweet potato and corn that were just put in a frying pan with a little bit of oil. So I asked them how they cooked it, so I would make sure I wouldn't get sick. Because I was already having allergic reactions, I did not need more. And then I had a tricolor potato mixture. I only took about, maybe, their spoons were about this big. Yeah, about that big. And I took about half a spoonful of both of those. Took about 1 serving of potatoes. And then I had 2 slices of bacon. And then I had the hard-boiled egg that I took the yolk out of. And I had blueberries that were so juicy, it was to die for. And that was my breakfast. And then it was so good. At lunch, we just had some sandwiches. We got stuff for them, put in the fridge at the hotel. That was after I woke up. Because after I went upstairs, I laid down and fell back to sleep because of the Benadryl I took, because of my allergic reaction. I'm still a bit wheezy today from it. So if you hear me being wheezy, that's what it is. Welcome to the world of somebody who has random allergies. So then I got up and we started getting dressed, getting ready for the show. My pants were almost too big, which is really depressing to some extent, because I was like, as long as my pants don't fall down. Because that's what was depressing. I was like, oh my gosh, my pants are going to fall down at some point. But they weren't, I mean, they could have, but not necessarily. They're just too big. But I don't want to buy new clothes right now because I'm still losing weight, and I'm not going to put money into a good pair of jeans that I'm not going to be able to wear in 2 months. Especially when we don't have the extra funds right now. I'm still waiting to get scheduled for my classes for teaching English. And they don't seem to be scheduling me at all, which is kind of depressing. They had offered me classes a couple of days while I was gone, but I wasn't here. So I emailed them and was like, hey, I've been out of town. I know you guys offered me classes, but I couldn't take them, so don't stop offering them to me. Hopefully they will start giving me classes. And so I'm just like, well, it is what it is. But yeah, so we got dressed. I ended up wearing makeup because my face was still red from having my allergic reaction that night or that morning. Got to the concert, went to the Marquee, which is the dinner place, but it's part of the theater. And it was amazing. Again, super healthy options. They had skewers, like 2 small pieces of meat, and like some vegetables and peppers in the middle. So delicious. They had grilled asparagus, my favorite. Then they had, for my fat, I got 1 small slice of mozzarella cheese, fresh mozzarella, with a little bit of balsamic vinegar on it, which was amazing. And then when it says we got skewers of steamed shrimp, which were, of course, great. It was just, overall, it was super healthy. It was super delish. Was very happy with the food at the Marquee. I was very full. I had water to drink. Getting really good at drinking this water thing. And so then we went to the show, and I hope you guys liked my little intro, because that was the beginning of the show. Y'all can feel like you're with me. Luckily, I was not sitting there. I was actually right next to the stage. So, yeah, it was amazing. But anyhow, for those of you who don't like K-pop, I'm not going to go big into K-pop yet. I'm going to post my weigh-in next. And then when I come back, I'm going to be talking more K-pop. So, sorry, guys. It's kind of my thing. So, see you in a minute. Okay, so that was my weigh-in. Now back to K-pop. So the show was really good. It was really amazing. I had such a good time. Our seats ended up being right next to the stage. I brought a sign with me that said, "It's my birthday" in Korean. And Shonu, Juhan, and Kian all noticed my sign and made a gesture. Of course, Juhan's like pointing at me, and Kian was like trying to get my attention to wave at me and point at my sign, and that was really cool. And Shona was like looking at my sign, and so that was cool. Downside, the theater wouldn't let you take any video. So some people got video, as you noticed in the beginning. But I had like 3 security guards near me, so there was no way I was getting video, and I wasn't even going to try because I was not getting ejected from the show. We had a great time. It was amazing. Like, I knew every word to every song because I've been listening to them since forever. And I'm kind of glad we didn't get the high touch and pay like a lot more money for our tickets, because I talked to somebody after the show, and apparently management literally pushed one of the fans. It's like, hurry, 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 like pushing them. It's not okay. And I feel bad for the guys because it's not their fault. But they take it really personal when fans are upset. Because they really, I mean, that's the difference between K-pop singers and American people. Like, American performers are like, oh, well, I'll get over it. Korean artists are, the relationship with their fans is just different. Like, when they ended their concert with us, they were in tears. And Minhyuk even said, "We will be back, I promise. We will come back and see all of you." And he got so teary-eyed, and I literally got teary-eyed because he's my bias. And I really thought when I left he wasn't going to be my bias before I went, because Juhan's been kind of like edging when I watch him in the videos. But in person, I could not pick anyone but Minhyuk. I made the right choice in the beginning. He is amazing. He's just a sweet guy. So I really want to adopt him and like help him with his English and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But we'll see. I had a lot of comments on my shirt when I showed you guys. It said "Came on" the back. I was like, "Oh my god, I love your shirt." I had like people ask me, "Where did you get that?" And I was like, "Oh, my friend put it on for me." And they were like, "Ah." And so I was like, "Well, here's her Facebook site. You guys can go there and she can do one for you too." And they were like, "Oh, okay." But everybody thought it was the coolest, which I thought was kind of cool. And yeah, it was just an amazing time, and it feels like a dream because it was so amazing. The bad part was during Alligator, which if you're not familiar with K-pop, go look up Monsta, Monsta, then space X, Alligator is the song. They do these shoulder rolls, and Wonho did the roll, and you saw him grab his shoulder, and then his arm was kind of down, but he kept dancing. And then he hit this point, and he like crouched down on the floor for a second. And my bias, Minhyuk turned around and was like, "All right, going to go to him," and they like go back and dance. So he like go back and dance, and they finished. And when the lights started to go down, Wonho went down again. He was just like crouched down. He like bent over and like held his shoulder. And Minhyuk and another guy from the back like grabbed him and like went off stage holding on to him. And they like dropped the lights even darker than normal because he was hurt. And then Hyungwon came out and did his DJing, and you could tell he was worried about Wonho because they're brothers. I mean, not biologically, but these guys have been through hell and back together, and they just form a bond you just can't break. So he was worried about him, and so you could see it on his face, and it was sad about that. But yeah. So then Wonho came back on stage and performed again. They put his hand in his jean pocket, probably just to kind of hold his arm in place. And at the end, he was apologizing for not being in great form. And all of us are just like, we just want you to get better, We want you all to rest. We want you to get your arm looked at and get better. Like, that's all we care about. We want them to be healthy and happy. And he just kept apologizing, and I felt horrible. And then, of course, I go on Facebook onto the site for fans for Monsta X. And Monsta X fans are called Mon Babies. That's the way they say it, so that's how I'm going to say it. And to see people like, oh, he just collapsed. He didn't like collapse. He more crouched. And then people are like, oh my God, he's sick. No, he's hurt. He's not sick. Like, I was like, oh, well, so-and-so was sick at this thing. He must have caught what they had. And I'm like, the rumors started flying. I'm like, y'all. I kept commenting. I was there. He hurt his right shoulder. This is what happened. Like, I thought it was having to mom a whole bunch of people. Some people who were of mom age. So that was what was disturbing. But it's, it's whatever. People are concerned. We love our performers. And we want them to be healthy and happy. And, it is what it is. But then I watched the video after all that was, like, annoying me. Because, like, people are giving out wrong information. And I realized that if you weren't as close as we were, you didn't know what was going on. It may have looked like he collapsed. So then I was like, okay, now it makes sense people are collapsing. One girl was saying that this girl sitting near her, and please someone explain this to me. This girl sitting near her had epilepsy and yet went to a concert with strobe lights. Like, that's not smart. I have friends with epilepsy. They don't go to concerts for that reason. And they love to listen to music, but they won't go to concerts. So, because they know they can have a seizure. It's just a reality of the fact of strobes. And it's unfortunate. I mean, it sucks to have epilepsy and have to deal with that, but there's lots of things people have where they have to deal with not having or doing stuff. So, it's just one of those things. Sorry, my wheezing's getting bad. I'm going to use my inhaler in a minute. But, yeah, so needless to say, the concert was wonderful. I thought I was leaving with a new bias, left with my same bias because I adore him. He's absolutely adorable. I would, if I had the money, I would pay to just go and have lunch with him and tell him what a good job he's doing, and that just, I'm really proud of him because he's my kid's age. So, I don't look at him as like, oh, he's so hot, I date him, because that's never happening. Plus I'm married, so it's really never happening. But just be able to sit and tell him how awesome he is and how him being so sweet to his, to people in general makes a difference. That's what I would tell him for sure. Because he's amazing. He's like one of the sweetest guys ever. I mean, they're all really nice. And I would adopt any of them. They said, hey, I want to come to America and be American. Okay, I'll adopt you. No problem. But they're all really sweet guys, and they work so hard to have their dream. And I think how many people here in America think they just need their dream handed to them. And yet you got these guys busting their butts and just being thankful that some of us listen to what they do. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a little crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're all crazy. Who knows? But anyhow, that was my K-pop experience for Monsta X. And I'm super glad that I did not have a high touch, since that sounded like that went horribly. Not good. And I feel bad for the guys because they take it personal when their fans are upset. So, and there was this girl. She was young. She went with her mom. And her mom was kind of uppity, but she seemed like a nice kid. And she was really upset with the high touch. Like, she was in tears. Another girl said she got pushed. Another girl couldn't even tell you who was sitting where or who she got a high touch from, who she didn't. And for those of you who aren't K-pop fans, high touch is when you kind of like walk past them and you say, great show, they kind of high touch you. Sometimes they'll hug you. It just depends. But this year, the management was just being jerks. I'm not happy about it. So, it's whatever. But yeah, so overall, the concert was great. Management sucks. What are you going to do about it? Yeah. So I'm going to have a more full video with some pictures I took at the show on my other channel, maybe in a week or so. My daughter and I will talk about the concert and show the stuff we bought or got and all that kind of stuff. So anyhow, we will see y'all later. Have a great day, and